Oh man, there has been a fundamental macro shift in the crypto market right now. Bitcoin has been tumbling here over the last week, down approximately 6%. What is causing this? We need to take a look at the dollar index. Yes, because this dollar index has started to recouple its correlation with Bitcoin. Remember, we had this small period whereby the two were not being correlated despite the many years of correlation. And I made a video saying, guys, this cannot last for too long. Bitcoin will have to get back on track with the direction of risk on and risk off assets. As you can see here, the dollar index over the last week has had a nice move here. But the promising sign is we are still here as part of a big bearish pattern on the dollar index. I'm going to break this down and a lot more for you guys. Smash up likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to buy any cryptocurrency, including Bitcoin. You can do so on ijaz.uk/Bybit and support this channel at the same time. Now, guys, this dollar index, we know it's inversely correlated to crypto. We know we want this to move to the downside, but over this last week, you've seen this dollar index really try to reverse, right? Really try to move back into the pattern. It was in this descending triangle here. But remember my drawing. What did my drawing say, which I've left on for you guys? It's okay to get a retest. It's okay to retest as long as we can push it back down here to the downside. We're still on track to send this down to the next level. And you can see here, we're already below $100 here. That's where the dollar index bounced from. And if we can push it back down, head into the 98s, 97s, that could set us up for an explosive new bull market. Remember, every time crypto has done well, it's when the dollar index has gone from over 100 down below. I mean, in this peak here, when Bitcoin had its run here throughout 2017, you can see here, you're sitting here at 88 on the dollar index. And then this next cycle, it bottomed out at 89. Again, we're sitting here, right? Still above 100. We've got this move to do here, right here. Just send this dollar index to the downside there, and then Bitcoin can benefit. That's what we need to happen. And we need to keep an eye on this. Now, at the same time, when the dollar index has a positive week like it's just had here, it's okay for Bitcoin to pull back, right? And we're going to jump onto the charts to look at the key levels of Bitcoin because, yes, we've had a pullback week. If I clear off these diagrams here, look at that. We've had a pullback week. Now, the worrying thing when you look at this chart here is that we just about posted our higher high, but it's not very convincing, right? If you wanted a convincing pattern, you go there, you come down, you go a little bit higher, maybe up here, right? 34, 35 even, then you come back down. We only just posted a higher high here. So this is almost still forming an M pattern, right? Which is a little bit worrying. We don't really want to be forming an M pattern, a double top pattern, where 2 times we get rejected from this 30, 31 level, and then we get pushed back down to the neckline, which is around that 25, 26 level here where my cursor is. So this is still carefully poised. If Bitcoin did want to come back down here to the weekly EMA ribbon at 27.6, it's okay. Just like I told you it was okay when we fell here. So many people on this move here up towards 31 was getting super excited. I said, guys, we're overextended on our EMA ribbon. We may want to cool down. And then, look at this fallback. We had a big fall here from 31 all the way down there. You had a big fall of 20%. And this is what you want to learn to do. You want to learn to DCA in these points at the EMA ribbon. Do not chase these green candles. Do not be buying at the top of these candles here. Let it come into EMA ribbon. Buy from positions of strength. These are when you want to be buying into the EMA ribbon. Again, not financial advice. That's personally what I do when I'm DCAing. I'm looking for those positions. So if Bitcoin falls here any lower, I will start my nibbling. I'll start my nibbling around 29.3, 29.4, and it's going to be very small chunks. But the lower we get, 28, 27.6, right, to this EMA ribbon, the bigger I'll nibble in my positions to add to my portfolio. I want to be buying from a position of strength when the market is fearful. When I see red candles like this on the weekly time frame, that's generally when I want to be doing my buying. Now, of course, here, if we bring this to the daily chart, Bitcoin's running into its daily EMA ribbon. And it's got a decision to make. It's got to decide, are we going to have that bigger pullback, which I just showed you on the weekly chart, and go down towards 27.6, in which case, of course, we'll have to lose our daily EMA ribbon? Or are we short-term bullish? Are we going to respond now? Because at the moment, we've not shown any signs of responding. We're just leaking here on price action, moving deeper into our daily EMA ribbon. So the question is, will this bounce? Will this bounce with vengeance? And will this now move with strong volume to the upside to break straight through 31.8? I personally don't see that being very viable, and I'm not sensing that right now here in this market. We had the excitement of the BlackRock ETF, we had the excitement of XRP winning their rolling, and yet we're still sitting here around that 29.30 price point, right? Now, what could be that catalyst is exactly what I'm sharing with you, is if this dollar index can get rejected from its daily EMA ribbon, maybe the dollar index wants to have another day or two which is positive, and then we shun it straight back down to the downside. And then more importantly, from the weekly perspective, we kind of let it rally a little bit back up here, and boom, we send it back down to the downside. Currently, the dollar index is getting support by its 200 exponential moving average. That's this blue line here. Again, if all of this is gibberish, if you don't understand, if I'm going too fast, you don't understand what EMA ribbons are, you didn't catch what that falling wedge triangle was, you don't know what the 200 exponential moving average was, ijaz.uk/TA. It's a comprehensive TA training program from my 10-year plus experience of doing TA specifically for crypto, which I published and put there for you guys all in one place. Definitely take advantage of that. Link is in the description. Now, the other thing which I want to share with you guys is the Bitcoin dominance, right? Really important that we call upon the Bitcoin dominance. Remember when XRP had its positive hearing, I made a video guys saying, guys, chill out with the altcoins, right? Yes, altcoins are having their pump, it's short-term euphoria, but altcoins can't move indefinitely. We're not quite in altcoin season yet. And I made that video and a lot of you watched that video. And the reason for that is Bitcoin's always had to set the tempo. Bitcoin has to set the pace before we can trigger our next altcoin run. And right now, when I look at this weekly chart here, Bitcoin still has room to move. Right, look at this. We did this analysis on a previous video. I'll link it up for you. But in previous cycles, this dominance, Bitcoin dominance, has gone up to 73%. We're sitting here at 49%, guys. We're barely crossing the 50% mark. So we got the next level at 52%, then 59%, and then maybe 71%. Now, you can make the argument that as the crypto market matures, Bitcoin dominance will never go back to 73%. But I still think there's room for us to do better, at least 52, 59, even in the 60s, I think Bitcoin dominance can get to. Maybe we'll never get to 73% again. You can make that argument fine. But there's more room to go here. And if I zoom down here into the channel which we're in right now, Bitcoin's in a channel. And it's just had a little bit of movement to the downside here because altcoins have been doing well, right? We've seen a little bit more excitement come back into the altcoins post the XRP judgment. Yesterday, we had the Chainlink update. I gave that update for you guys to go watch as well. A lot of excitement in Chainlink and related projects as well. But we're in this downward channel. And as long as the dominance can come down here, maybe come to the bottom of the channel, it's going to want to bounce and go again. It's going to want another attempt at 52. And I can see Bitcoin going on its next run. And that's perfectly fine for altcoins. We want Bitcoin to do its thing. Bitcoin needs to do its thing. It needs to break through this tough level, which we're at, right? We know we're at this very difficult level here at 30 to 31, and we need to embark on the next journey because the gap, like I've continued to say here time and time again, gets filled very, very quickly through this cup and handle pattern. This fall here from 48 range, we fall dramatically. So I'm expecting this to pump very quickly. A lot of consolidation around here. There's a lot of volume traded here and here and here. But once we clear that, once we take all of that weak hands out and the people that want to sell at 30, once they're done selling, and we transfer those Bitcoin into strong holders, people who want to be on the journey up towards 69,000 and beyond to 100,000, 150,000, then the green light is going to come on for Bitcoin to move. And when Bitcoin can move and claim into the next levels, you'll see that money flowing into Bitcoin. Then afterwards, like every time with every altcoin season, you start to see that money flowing into Ethereum, into other large caps, into smaller caps, etc., etc. It's irrational to just think that except for, things like Chainlink where they've announced an update, that you're just going to see all altcoins explode to the upside. No, it's got to be Bitcoin first, then you'll see your altcoins move. So we're at a critical level right now. If we fail here on Bitcoin, we could be losing this, right? If the dollar index decides to show some strength and invalidate the pattern I just shared with you, then we could see the opposite on Bitcoin. We could see Bitcoin do something like this. Boom, M pattern, downside. Not great at all. So it's very, very important over the next couple of weeks here that we get a reaction. We get a movement here to the upside, and we need that kind of a movement to the upside. Now, what's working in our favor is the US economy is working in our favor, right? CPI has been coming down. PPI has been coming down. Employment has been still decent. They're not crushing employment. So it looks like that Jerome Powell is managing to steer a soft landing. Company earnings so far are coming in pretty decent, right? The economy looks in good shape. And that is what's driving the dollar index from a fundamental perspective to the downside, which will allow risk to come on. More money should be flowing into risk on assets, which therefore should flow inevitably into Bitcoin as well. So we want to see this cup and handle pattern move to the upside. The macros are tying in, the fundamentals are tying in, and the technicals are all showing us that we're getting ready. Now we need to be patient. We have been patient already, right? This has been 3 or 4 weeks here of us sitting at this neckline. I know that's frustrating, but this is a big pattern. This is a pattern that has been forming since May of 2022. May of 2022, guys, and it's going to be the most explosive move of this year. But we need to be ready for it. We need to be patient for it. And you don't want to be jumping in and out of this market because you will miss it. Because I can't tell you if it's going to be this week, next week, the week after. I can't tell you. But I can react to it. I can make sure that my allocation is ready. I'm in the market and I want to take advantage of this move. If we fall to the downside, which is of course a chance, what's our downside risk? I'm looking at 27.6. I just shared that with you at the weekly EMA ribbon, in which case I'm going to nibble some more. Because the other plan then is if we need to now move to our EMA ribbon, boom, boom, EMA ribbon, then it's okay. I expect a good bounce, a higher high, and we're going to go this way through our neckline and to play out our cup and handle pattern as well. So far, so good. I do want to see that dollar index call off. Let it have its run, but I want to see it get rejected so that Bitcoin continue its move to the upside. Let me know, guys, what are you guys doing in the market? Are you adding Bitcoin? Are you focused on altcoins? Where's your head at right now? Make sure you go check out this Chainlink video so you're caught up on what's going on there. Plus, watch this Casper versus Cadena video, which is the battle of proof of work layer 1 solutions. And I'll see you in the next one.